If your phone, car, earbuds, smartwatch, or laptop uses Bluetooth, this warning matters to you. Because right now, scammers don't need your password. They don't need you to click a link. In some cases, they don't even need you to touch your phone. Wireless Bluetooth scams are quietly draining accounts, stealing identities, and tracking victims in real time. And most people have no idea it's happening until the damage is already done. Today, we're breaking down 13 Bluetooth-based scams spreading right now, how they work, who they target, and how you can protect yourself before you become the next victim. Number 1. Bluejacking phishing attacks. This scam often starts with something that looks harmless. A Bluetooth notification suddenly appears on your phone. It might be a contact card, a short message, or a file request from a nearby device. Many people assume it's a glitch or a harmless mistake and tap on it without thinking. Scammers use this method, known as bluejacking, in crowded public places like airports, shopping malls, trains, cafes, and conferences. They know Bluetooth is often left on by default. The message may include a phishing link, a fake promotion, or a prompt asking you to accept a file. The goal is simple: get you to interact. Once you do, the scam escalates. Clicking the link can take you to a fake login page designed to steal credentials. Accepting a file can expose your phone to malware or spyware. In some cases, scammers don't even need you to complete the scam immediately. They use the interaction to identify active devices nearby and target them later with more advanced attacks. Security researchers warn that bluejacking is resurging because people rely heavily on wireless connections and rarely question Bluetooth alerts. The safest move is straightforward. If you receive an unexpected Bluetooth message or file request from someone you don't recognize, decline it. Legitimate companies do not send alerts, promotions, or security messages through random Bluetooth requests. Number 2. Snarfing data theft. Snarfing is far more serious than bluejacking, and it's also much harder to detect. In this scam, criminals exploit Bluetooth vulnerabilities to access data on your device without you ever realizing it happened. There are no pop-ups, no warnings, no obvious signs. If your Bluetooth is left discoverable or paired insecurely, attackers nearby can quietly pull sensitive information. That can include contacts, text messages, emails, photos, call logs, and in some cases authentication tokens that allow access to other accounts. The phone continues to work normally, which is what makes this scam so dangerous. Authorities and cybersecurity firms report that snarfing incidents are increasing in high-traffic public areas like transit hubs, hotels, conventions, and tourist zones. Victims often don't connect the dots until weeks later, when identity theft, account takeovers, or unexplained financial activity appears. This scam disproportionately affects older phones, smart devices, and accessories that haven't received recent security updates. Attackers specifically look for outdated software and weak Bluetooth configurations. A safe rule of thumb is to turn Bluetooth off when you're not actively using it. Keep your device software fully updated, and avoid leaving your phone discoverable in public spaces. Those small steps dramatically reduce the risk of silent data theft. Number 3. Fake Bluetooth pairing prompts. This scam relies almost entirely on habit and distraction. Your phone suddenly displays a Bluetooth pairing request. The device name looks familiar. It might say car audio, AirPods, headphones, or speaker. Many people assume it's their own device reconnecting and tap pair automatically. In reality, the request is coming from a scammer's device nearby. Crowded places make this especially effective because people are distracted and surrounded by unfamiliar devices. Once you approve the pairing, you've given an unknown device permission to communicate with yours. From there, attackers can attempt to intercept audio, inject malicious commands, exploit permissions, or use the connection as a stepping stone for further attacks. In some cases, Pairing opens the door to ongoing surveillance or data access until the connection is manually removed. Consumer protection agencies warn that Bluetooth pairing prompts should never be accepted unless you personally initiated the connection seconds earlier. If you didn't tap "Connect yourself," don't approve it. Legitimate devices don't randomly request pairing without your action. A simple pause makes all the difference. Declining unexpected pairing requests immediately shuts this scam down and prevents attackers from gaining a foothold on your device. Number 4. Car Bluetooth hacking scams. Modern vehicles rely heavily on Bluetooth for calls, navigation, and media. Scammers exploit this trust. In some reported cases, attackers pair with a car's Bluetooth system while the vehicle is parked. Once connected, they can access call logs, contacts, and sometimes even inject audio prompts. There have been real-world incidents where victims received fake bank calls or scam messages through their own car speakers, making the scam feel legitimate and urgent. Automotive cybersecurity experts recommend deleting old paired devices regularly and disabling Bluetooth when not needed. Never pair with unknown devices, especially in public parking areas. Number 5. Bluetooth tracking and stalking devices. Bluetooth trackers are marketed as tools to find lost keys, wallets, or luggage. But those same devices are increasingly being misused to track people without their knowledge. In this scam, a small Bluetooth tracker is discreetly placed inside a bag, vehicle, jacket pocket, or personal item. The attacker then monitors the victim's movements through a companion app. Law enforcement agencies across multiple countries warn that Bluetooth tracking abuse is rising sharply, particularly in urban areas and travel hubs. Victims often don't realize what's happening until their phone alerts them to an unknown tracker moving with them. Or they notice strange patterns, like being followed repeatedly. What makes this especially dangerous is how easy it is to deploy. The devices are inexpensive, widely available, and easy to hide. In some cases, victims discover the tracker days or weeks later, long after their movements have been monitored. If your phone alerts you to an unknown tracker nearby, take it seriously. Disable it if possible, document where you found it, and contact local authorities if you feel unsafe. These alerts exist for a reason. Hashtag 6. Fake Bluetooth security apps. As awareness of Bluetooth threats grows, scammers are exploiting fear by pushing fake security apps. These apps claim to protect your Bluetooth, block tracking, or scan for nearby threats. Victims usually find them through ads, pop-ups, or sponsored search results. Once installed, the app requests extensive permissions, often far beyond what's necessary. Instead of protecting the device, it collects personal data, displays aggressive ads, or installs malware that compromises security further. Some even monitor Bluetooth activity themselves, doing the exact opposite of what they promise. Cybersecurity reports show fake security apps are a growing problem because people actively search for protection. That makes them vulnerable to misleading claims and fake reviews. The irony is that trying to stay safe can actually expose users to greater risk. In most cases, Bluetooth security does not require third-party apps. Built-in system settings already provide the necessary protections. A safe rule is to only install apps from official app stores, check reviews carefully, and avoid any app that promises instant or guaranteed Bluetooth security. Hashtag 7. Bluetooth malware injection attacks. Bluetooth malware injection attacks are more technical but extremely serious. In these cases, criminals exploit vulnerabilities in Bluetooth protocols or device settings to inject malicious software directly into nearby devices. This can happen when devices auto-accept connections or run outdated software. Once the malware is installed, it can quietly log keystrokes, record audio, track activity, or steal credentials without the victim noticing anything unusual. Phones, tablets, laptops, and even smart home devices have been targeted in documented cases. Security researchers warn that Bluetooth-based malware is evolving quickly as more everyday devices become wireless and interconnected. Victims often discover the infection only after financial fraud or identity theft occurs. The best defense is prevention. Keep all devices updated with the latest security patches. Disable Bluetooth Auto Connect features and turn Bluetooth off when it's not in use. These small steps significantly reduce the risk of Bluetooth-based malware attacks. Number 8. Public charging plus Bluetooth combo scams. This scam combines two everyday habits that most people don't think twice about. You plug your phone into a public charging station at an airport, cafe, hotel, or transit hub. At the same time, your Bluetooth remains turned on in the background. That combination creates an opportunity scammers are actively exploiting. Attackers positioned nearby monitor for active Bluetooth connections while victims are charging. In some cases, they push malicious pairing requests, fake security alerts, or pop-ups designed to look like system messages. In other cases, they attempt to intercept data flows or identify vulnerable devices for later attacks. Because the phone is already connected to an unfamiliar power source, victims often assume any notification is related to charging. Consumer protection agencies and cybersecurity experts warn that public charging stations are high-risk environments, especially in crowded locations. Victims often don't notice anything wrong until days later, when accounts are compromised or data is misused. The safest approach is simple. Use your own wall charger or a portable power bank. Avoid public USB ports and disable Bluetooth while charging in public spaces. Small precautions dramatically reduce risk. Number 9. Fake device firmware update scams. Fake firmware update scams target Bluetooth devices people trust, like headphones, speakers, smartwatches, and fitness trackers. Victims receive a prompt claiming their device needs an urgent update to function properly or improve security. The message may appear as a pop-up notification or an alert that looks official. When victims accept the update, they're not installing legitimate firmware. Instead, malicious software is downloaded, giving scammers access to data, device controls, or connected accounts. Security researchers have documented cases where compromised Bluetooth devices were used as entry points for broader attacks on phones and tablets. These scams work because people are conditioned to update devices regularly. Scammers exploit that habit and the confusion around how Bluetooth accessories update. Legitimate firmware updates only come through official manufacturer apps or verified update channels. Random pop-ups or unsolicited update prompts are major red flags. A safe rule of thumb is to ignore any update request you didn't initiate yourself. If an update is truly needed, you'll find it inside the device's official app, not through a sudden Bluetooth alert. Number 10. Organized Bluetooth crime networks. Many people assume Bluetooth scams are isolated incidents, but law enforcement reports show the opposite. A significant number of these attacks are linked to organized criminal networks operating across multiple cities or even countries. Bluetooth is used as the initial access point, not the final step. In these operations, data is harvested in one location, often in crowded public areas. That data is then sold or transferred to other groups who specialize in account takeovers, financial fraud, or identity theft. By the time victims notice the damage, the scammers responsible for the Bluetooth intrusion are long gone. This separation makes detection and recovery difficult. Victims rarely connect the theft to the moment their Bluetooth was abused, especially if no obvious warning signs appeared. Authorities warn these networks adapt quickly, using new tools as devices and defenses evolve. The best defense is awareness. Understanding how Bluetooth scams work reduces their effectiveness. Turning Bluetooth off when not in use, avoiding unknown pairing requests, and keeping devices updated make you a far harder target for organized fraud groups. Bluetooth Scam 11. Bluetooth audio injection, and voice command hijacking. This scam exploits how Bluetooth handles audio and voice assistants. Attackers connect or partially pair with nearby devices to inject audio commands that your phone interprets as legitimate input. In some cases, victims hear nothing at all. Once access is gained, attackers can trigger voice assistants to send messages, place calls, open apps, or read notifications aloud. In controlled environments, researchers have demonstrated the ability to issue commands that expose sensitive information or initiate actions without the user touching their phone. This type of attack is most effective in vehicles, smart speakers, and public spaces where Bluetooth audio is commonly used. Victims may later notice unusual call logs, sent messages, or altered settings without understanding how it happened. Security experts warn that devices with voice assistants enabled while locked are especially vulnerable. The safest protection is to disable voice commands when the device is locked and review Bluetooth audio permissions carefully. If your phone responds when you didn't speak, that's not a glitch. It's a warning. Number 12. Smart Home Bluetooth Device Takeover. Many smart home devices rely on Bluetooth during setup or maintenance. Scammers exploit this by targeting unsecured or improperly configured smart locks, lighting systems, speakers, and sensors. In documented cases, attackers nearby were able to pair with smart devices that were left in setup mode or using default credentials. Once connected, they could control lighting, unlock doors, or use devices as surveillance tools. Victims often don't realize what's happening until they notice devices behaving strangely or settings changed without explanation. Because Bluetooth connections don't always show clear alerts, these takeovers can go unnoticed for long periods. Consumer safety agencies warn that smart home devices should never remain in pairing mode after setup. Firmware updates and strong authentication are critical. If a smart device starts acting on its own, Bluetooth compromise should be considered immediately. Number 13. Bluetooth-based identity mapping attacks. This scam doesn't steal money immediately. It builds a profile first. Attackers scan Bluetooth signals in public spaces to collect device names, connection patterns, and broadcast identifiers. Over time, this data is used to link devices to individuals, routines, and locations. When combined with data from breaches or social media, scammers can identify targets for personalized phishing, stalking, or financial fraud. Security researchers warn that custom device names like real names or email addresses make this easier. Victims unknowingly broadcast identifying information wherever Bluetooth is enabled. This type of attack is difficult to detect because nothing obvious happens. The damage comes later, when scams feel disturbingly personal. A simple safeguard is to rename your devices using generic labels and disable Bluetooth broadcasting when not in use. Privacy loss doesn't always start with a click. Sometimes it starts with a signal. Now that you've seen how these Bluetooth scams actually work, you're no longer an easy target. Most of these attacks don't rely on advanced hacking. They rely on people being rushed, distracted, or unaware that Bluetooth can be abused at all. Once you understand the tactics, the power shifts back to you. Keeping Bluetooth off when you're not using it, questioning unexpected connection requests, and staying updated isn't paranoia. It's basic digital awareness. And awareness is the one thing scammers can't work around. If this video helped you spot risks you didn't know existed, make sure you're subscribed. I break down real scams, real tactics, and real ways to protect yourself, without exaggeration and without scare tactics. And if you think someone you care about could benefit from this, share it with them. Staying informed is how you stay ahead.